Celebrating 20 years of Pokemon, the next installment of the franchise is finally out with two new games, Sun and Moon. If you are a fan of the series, then you know all about the hype that was circling around it, but if you're not, then let me just say, Game Freak was the biggest tease this past year. Teasing new starters, new forms for old favorites, and a new species known only as Ultra Beasts, this game had us dying to find out what all the 7th generation of Pokemon had in store for us. The story, simply put, is this. You're a kid who just moved from the Kanto region, the region from the first games, all the way to the tropical paradise known as the Alola region. You meet a girl named Lily and attempt to save her Pokemon from attack. You're rewarded from the Island Guardian with a bracelet capable of tapping into very powerful moves known as Z-Power and get to start a new journey across the 4 Alolan Islands to complete several trials and become the island champion. Personally, I thought it was an amazing game. They really outdid themselves with this one. The story was probably one of the deepest they've ever done, even better than what they did in 5th gen to be honest. The characters were fun and each had a great personality and background, and most seemed to have some significant role in the main story. The main story was a lot longer than I thought it would be. I mean, they crammed a lot in those SD cards. Instead of gym battles, you go on island trials kinda like Ash did in the Orange Island series of the anime. Instead of badges, you receive Z-crystals that you can use in battle to unleash a devastating attack on your opponents. This was refreshing and was mentioned as an Alolan custom, so if Game Freak wants to go back to the classic 8 gym system, they can easily do so. Now let's talk about the teams in this game. There are two. Team Skull and the mysterious Aether Foundation. One is a very stereotypical gang that just wants to cause chaos, and the other boasts that they want to conserve Pokemon and protect them. But are the Aether Foundation's motives pure? Is Team Skull really the big bad evil organization of the games? This ain't a spoiler review, so play the game to find out. And now about the gameplay. It's mostly the same as before, it's turn-based, but gone are Mega Evolutions from the main story. But they are available post-game though, so don't worry if you're a fan of Megas. Some Pokemon are only good with Mega Evolutions, so I'm glad it's still around. And the new feature, Z-moves, are pretty powerful, yet can only be used once per battle and takes up the hold item a Pokemon can have, so I don't think it's as broken a mechanic as some Mega Evolutions such as Mega Rayquaza and Mega Kangaskhan. Is it a perfect game? No, there are a couple of problems with it. I really don't like the new SOS mechanic wild Pokemon get. Basically, when a wild Pokemon think they're in trouble, they will call for help. While it's cool for the totem Pokemon, the bosses you face during the trials, it's a pain to go through when catching Pokemon. You can only attempt to catch when there is only one Pokemon on the field, so having them constantly calling for help really drags the otherwise fun game. The other downside is that the post-game is severely lacking. Now don't get me wrong, it's fun, and it is a great way to explain why you're capturing the Ultra Beasts, but it only took me about 2 hours to complete. It reminded me of X and Y's post-game, really fun but way too short. I guess I was a little spoiled from Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire's post-game, the Delta episode. All in all, it's a great game and I had a lot of fun playing it and will keep playing through it again and again. The good outweighs the bad like a sumo wrestler outweighs a supermodel. I highly recommend it, it's a lot of fun, go play it. And with all that, I hope y'all had a good day and I'll see y'all later.